I was invited by this high school to give a speech as a language expert about the importance of learning languages. But instead of just telling the students why language matters, I decided to show them. So I spent weeks secretly mastering Gen Alpha slang and then delivered the entire speech in their own linguistic native tongue.
Now, I know it's giving Delulu for this chuggy boomer.
And to truly test my Gen Alpha fluency, I brought the dialect to a college graduation, delivering a formal commencement speech in full professor robes to a room full of future teachers. Now they know exactly what they're up against. But first, thanks to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video.
True story. So, I'm normally a pretty happy guy. I love my career and my family, but late last year, something just felt off. It was like this weird, gnawing anxiety creeping in. I'd be filming, editing, traveling, but underneath it all was this pressure to constantly perform and to always be on. And even though I'm a linguist, I wasn't even sure how to put that into words. That's where today's sponsor, BetterHelp, came in. They're an online platform that conveniently connects you to a licensed therapist wherever you are, even if that's, say, in the back of a tuk-tuk in Bangkok. I matched with a therapist in just a couple days, and from the very first session, I felt like I was finally learning how to talk about me. My emotions, my fears, all the stuff that I usually keep buried under the next plane ticket. I spent several weeks with her, and honestly, I found myself tearing up after our sessions because I got to talk with her about things that I rarely get to talk about with other people. And over time, just like with all these languages that I learned from my YouTube channel, I started to get better at expressing myself emotionally, and frankly, just feeling better about my life. When seasons change, I think it's common to have a lot of anxiety around new goals and projects and burdening yourself with unrealistic expectations. And so if you're not feeling yourself this spring, let BetterHelp help you rule your anxiety so it doesn't rule you. Click the link in the description and just go to betterhelp.com/Xiaomanyc to get 10% off your first month of therapy. Now back to the video.
Please join me and give a warm welcome to ourselves.
Good morning, everyone. It's a true honor to be here at Westtown High School for Languages Week. Your school invited me to give a guest lecture about the importance of learning languages, but it occurred to me that all of you are already, in some sense, multilingual, whether you realize it or not. And that's because you speak the Gen Alpha dialect of English, a language so distinct that I, an aging 34-year-old millennial, genuinely cannot understand it. Or at least couldn't understand it before I spent weeks immersed in TikTok videos studying your dialect to partial fluency. And because nothing drives home the importance of learning languages better than hearing someone else try to speak your own, I'm going to try to deliver the rest of this speech in your very own native tongue, Gen Alpha. But wait. Of course, to facilitate the comprehension of my fellow elders on YouTube watching this as a video, I'll also be including subtitles in standard English. So, without further ado, it's low-key a huge W to be vibing here at Westtown High School for Languages Week. But chat, let's lock in. Bro came prepared. Now, I know it's giving Delulu for this chuggy boomer to speak in such skibbity brain rot, but if you'll bear with me, I'll put the fries in the bag in just a second. I do actually have a message here, type shit. As I was saying, no cap, I was dead-ass pressed about understanding this language. But I had to absorb the drip so I wouldn't get aired by your generation. High-key, people think Gen Alpha slang is just memes and brain rot, but on God, it's giving linguistic glow-up core happening IRL. Every time you drop a gyat, or it's giving, you're legit patching the English language DLC with fresh updates, literally shifting the English meta. Language evolves because you're constantly cooking new ways to pass the vibe check, and honestly, your memes today finna hit as the textbook vocab of tomorrow. Bet. And this is exactly why learning languages hits different. Just like how your casual Pookie talk could soon be the dictionary definition, picking up another language gives you front row seats to how people around the world give the deets. It's like unlocking infinite drip, allowing you to catch dubs across cultures, connect deeper with the squad, and stand new perspectives that would otherwise leave you ghosted. Languages aren't just sus grammar rules, fam. They're the ultimate riz for becoming a real one everywhere you pull up. It's the GigaChad energy for me. So, knowing languages isn't mid, but it's not just a flex either. It's an infinite money glitch that slaps. People finna get pressed saying languages are chopped or too hard. Don't listen, bestie. They're just salty because their language game is dog water. Being multilingual is OD, letting you stand cultures, vibe with international fam, and utterly mog your career. No cap, speaking another language lets you go off, turning you into an absolute conversational rizzlord. So yeah, chat, that's the sauce. Keep cooking, stay goated, never be mid, and FR, study hard and go rizz up that knowledge. And thanks again to Westtown for letting me do this. Y'all are real ones.
When somebody's made a really important contribution to our field, we honor you with basically a symbolic doctorate. So what we'd like to do is confer upon you the title of Dr. Xiaomanyc. How does that sound? My colleague, Dr. Francis Slang, is going to confer with you. So this is the doctoral hood, and this signifies that you're getting there. So stay here for us. All right. So in recognition of your contributions, we are conferring upon you a symbolic doctorate. My colleague Francis Troyan will place the doctoral hood on Ari. Congratulations, Dr. Xiaomanyc.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's such an honor to be here today for Ohio State University's Multilingual Language Education Commencement. As graduates of this program, you're coming out of one of the country's most respected institutions as true experts in the art and science of language. How to learn it, how to teach it, and how to use it to build bridges across cultures. But if you'll indulge me for a moment, I do have one final test for you language experts. No, it's not a vocabulary quiz, nor is it a grammar drill. It is, rather, a test of listening comprehension in a language you may not have formally studied, but one that your future students are highly likely to speak fluently. I'm talking, of course, about Gen Alpha. Now, full disclosure, as an aging millennial myself, I am not a native speaker. But I have actually been studying this dialect for weeks with real native speakers in order to attempt to deliver the rest of my commencement speech in it. So in the spirit of meeting your students where they are and celebrating just how dynamic and fast-evolving language really is, I'm going to give it a shot. So without further ado, yo chat, what's good? First off, huge dub for me today. Y'all seriously got me in my main character era. Bro's out here getting an award for multilingual riz. Looks maxed out in this graduation fit type shit. On God, I never thought I'd be the CEO of languages, but yat, here we are. But bear with me, chat. I promise I'm not just simping for Gen Z here. Let me cook for a second, because no cap, there's actually a point coming. So I know some of you are thinking, why even learn languages when Google Translate exists? Well, fam, that thing is just straight up Ohio coded. You ever tried using it in a real conversation? Instant NPC behavior.
you will get cooked by a native speaker, and that's an L every time. But actually learning languages is high-key giving utterly immaculate vibes. It's like mewing for your brain. Like, imagine you pull up to a new country, order food in perfect brain rot skibbity slang, and suddenly the locals are standing you. You just start to pull aura points. No beta energy, just pure Sigma Rizzler vibes. And let's be real, nothing is worse than getting ratioed for Ohio-ass translations. That's why you gotta lock in and actually learn the language. But speaking another language isn't just about flexing the drip. It's about unlocking a whole new vibe. The culture, the people, the stories, the valid sauce that makes life richer. When you talk to someone in their own language, you just ate and left no crumbs. You feel snatched just knowing you understand a whole new world. So if you've ever thought about learning a new language, this is your quest marker. Get roasted, get humbled, take the L's, but keep going and become the GOAT. That's how you slay at this. Phantom tax that knowledge. Because your students may not remember your worksheets, but they'll never forget the day you spoke their language. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I think I'm going to have to ask my 15-year-old for a translation. He'll probably say, "Dad, don't touch grass," which I don't know.
There will be subtitles.
There will be subtitles. We posted, I need subtitles.
Yeah,
So we
seriously.